You're a Navy Federal member, but you're probably leaving thousands of dollars on the table. Because inside your account right now, there are 10 hidden features that can boost your credit, save you serious money, and make you manage your finances way easier. And here's the crazy part, 90% of members have no idea they even exist. This isn't some clickbait list of basic tips. These are real strategies used by the insiders that could completely shift your financial situation. And if you're not a member yet, stick around, you might already qualify without even realizing it. By the end of this video, you will have a blueprint to access all of Navy Federal's best kept secrets, most of which are totally free, and start leveraging your membership. The first and biggest secret is that you might be eligible for Navy Federal even if you're never served in the military. This is probably the most important point in this whole entire video, because if you're not a member yet, but you're eligible, you're missing out on everything that we're about to talk about. Most people think that Navy Federal is only for military members. That's completely wrong. And this misconception is keeping thousands of people from accessing these incredible benefits. Immediate family members of military members can join. This includes parents, grandparents, spouses, siblings, children, grandchildren, and household members. So if your brother served in the Army, you can join. If your dad was in the Navy, you can join. If your spouse is active duty, you can join. But here's where it gets really interesting. Let's say that your grandfather served in World War II. He's been gone for a few years now, but your parents became Navy Federal members because of that connection. Now you're eligible too, even though that you never served and you might not even remember your grandfather's service. DoD civilian personnel and contractors assigned to DoD installations are also eligible. So if you work for the Department of Defense as a civilian or just a contractor working on a military base, you can join. And here's something that most people miss. Once you are a member, your immediate family member can join too. So membership can spread throughout families, even if only one person originally qualified. So let me give you a real example. Your cousin served in the Marines, he joined with Navy Federal, his sister joins because she's immediate family. Now she's married with kids. Her husband and kids can join because they're immediate family of a member. This means that way more people are eligible for Navy Federal than most people realize. And that means that access to all of these secrets that we're about to talk about. But here's the crazy part. Most eligible people don't even know that they can join. If you think that you might be eligible but not sure, just call up Navy Federal and ask. The worst they can do is just say no, but you might find out that you've been eligible for years and just didn't know about it. Now, once you're eligible or already a member, you need to understand how Navy Federal really works. The second secret that most people don't know about Navy Federal is that they have their own internal scoring system that determines whether or not you get approved for credit scores. This is huge because you can still have a great credit score and still get denied because your internal score is low. So what is an internal score? It's like Navy Federal's own personal version of a credit score that they use whenever you apply for their credit cards. This typically ranges anywhere between 100 to 450 points. And the higher your internal score, the better approval odds and better rates that you'll get. So here's the secret. Navy Federal really relies heavily on relationship banking. The more products and services that you have with them, the higher your internal score will be. Once you open up a checking and savings account, the balance that you have in these accounts factor into your internal score. Now, there are some people who just use Navy Federal to get loans and credit cards, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you have a thinner credit profile, meaning that you really don't have that many credit cards or loans, or maybe just new to credit, you're gonna have a harder time getting approved for any of their credit cards. So it would benefit you to balance in your checking and savings account of at least a few $100s just to show that you have some skin in the game. What will give you even a better look is that if you have direct deposit set up. This way they know that you're getting consistent deposits on a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly basis. Most banks and credit unions make money by lending out your money to other people. So if they're getting a constant stream of money from you, you will have a better internal score. Other ways to boost your internal score includes getting pledge loans, credit cards, CDs, having longer membership history, flagship checking accounts, and maintaining those direct deposits. Once you understand the internal score system, you need to know the secrets of maximizing your credit. The third secret is about credit limit increases, and most people are doing this completely wrong. You can request for a credit limit increase after 91 days or 3 billing cycles on any particular card, and then every 6 months after that. Just mark your calendar or set up a reminder. But here's a secret that most people don't know. The best way to do it is through the mobile app or online. If you call in, there is a high chance that this may result in a hard inquiry on your credit report. But if you do it through the mobile app or online, it's just a softball and it doesn't hurt your credit. Currently, the max limit increase that you can request is $8,000. So if your current credit limit is $20,000, you should request for $28,000 since this should happen instantaneously. And if you don't qualify for the whole $8,000, they could always counter with a smaller amount, which is better than nothing. This is money that you're leaving on the table if you're not doing this every 6 months. But credit limit increases is just the beginning. There's another secret that can save you real money. The fourth secret is that with every Navy Federal credit card, after 1 year of ownership, you can request for a reduced interest rate or APR on the card. Now, if you're a Wise credit card user, you really never have to worry about interest rates. But maybe you have the Platinum card and you need a short-term loan and you don't want to pay more interest than you have to. I would highly suggest sending a secure message to Navy Federal and requesting it if they can reduce your interest rate. I actually did this a little over a year ago. I just sent a message saying, hey, I was seeing if you can reduce my APR on my flagship credit card, and they were more than happy to do so. They just said that this change may not be permanent and it may increase in the future. My APR has not increased since then. This is one of those instances where you don't know unless you just ask. This is literally free money, especially if you have a balance. If you've had your card for over a year now and you haven't done this, then you're missing out. But what if you really want to get advanced with credit management? This is a secret strategy that most people don't know exists. The fifth secret is credit allocation. And this is pretty advanced, but it is possible with Navy Federal. What credit limit allocation is just moving a credit limit from one card to another. Now, with Navy Fed, it is a little bit more difficult compared to Chase or American Express, where you would just call up customer service and they would adjust your credit limits. The only way that you can do this with Navy Federal is for a balance transfer purposes. Let's say that you have two Navy Federal credit cards. You have the flagship card and the platinum card. You would want to send a secure message and ask them if you can transfer, say, $10,000 to your platinum card and decrease your flagship by $10,000 since you're looking to do a balance transfer to the platinum card from an outside bank. In this case, they would allow you to do the reallocation of credit limits. But if you wanted to just adjust your credit limits without any specific reason, then they would most likely tell you no. This is an advanced strategy, but it is good to know if you ever need to optimize your credit limits for specific purposes. So speaking of advanced strategies, here's some reference information that most people will never think to ask about. The sixth secret is knowing which credit bureau that Navy Federal pulls for different products. This is reference information that can help you optimize your applications. For credit cards, auto loans, and personal loans, they pull from FICO TransUnion 9. For credit limit increases, they pull from Equifax 9. You can avoid this by using their mobile app or online. For Experian credit cards, they pull from Experian FICO 3, and for mortgages, they pull from FICO 2, 4, and 5. And if you're applying for a Navy Federal checking account, they will reference your early warning systems consumer report. This might seem technical, but it is useful to know which credit report to focus on when cleaning up before you apply for specific products. Now let's get into the digital tools that most members don't even know exist. The seventh secret is Bloom Plus. This is a free tool that is great for those trying to build credit. Most people don't realize that payments like rent and utilities usually don't show up on your credit report. You could be paying $1,500 of rent every single month for 5 years, never missing a payment, and that does nothing for your credit score. That is completely insane when you really think about it. Your biggest monthly expense, the one that proves that you can handle responsibility, doesn't even count towards your credit. But Bloom Plus changes everything. It takes the bills that you're already paying every month and reports them to the credit bureaus as positive payment history. We're talking about rent, utility, phone bills, stuff that you pay anyways. But now these payments can actually help build your credit score. With Bloom Plus, you can report up to 5 recurring payments to TransUnion. Here's exactly what you can report. 1 rent bill, 1 telecommunications bill like your phone or internet, and up to 3 utility bills like water, electricity, or gas. But here's the catch. The payments have to go through your Navy Federal checking account for certain online platforms or property management companies. You can report payments that you made with cash, checks, or apps like Venmo or Zelle. Now, this is huge for those who are starting out with credit. Maybe you're 18, you got no credit history, but you've been paying your phone bill and utilities for months now through your Navy Federal account. Now, all of that stuff counts. The best part is that you get to choose which payments to report, so you have full control of what gets submitted to the credit bureau. And here's something that most people don't know. Bloom Plus only reports positive payment history. So if you miss a payment or pay late, it doesn't report that. It only reports the good stuff. But here's one thing to watch out for. If you stop making payments on a bill that Bloom Plus is tracking for 3 months in a row, it will report that bill as closed due to inactivity, and that could potentially hurt your credit score. Now compare that to a credit card where one late payment can tank your score for years. But building credit is just one of the digital tools available to you. The 8th secret is Mind Making Sense, and this tool is like having a personal financial advisor built right into your banking. Now tools like this usually cost money. Apps like You Need a Budget charge monthly fees, Personal Capital has premium tiers, but Navy Federal gives you this for free as a member. With Mind Making Sense, you can track spending, create a budget, monitor your credit, and view all of your accounts and investments, even those at other banks, for free. Think about that for a second. You can see all of your money in one place. your Navy Federal accounts plus your accounts at Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, or wherever else you bank. This is super convenient for people who have accounts scattered across all different banks. No more logging in to 5 different apps just to see a full financial picture. You can view your spending by categories like food, travel, home expenses, and more, so you can spot trends and find areas to make improvements. For example, maybe you think you spend about $300 a month on food, but when you actually track it, you realize that you're spending actually closer to $600. Now you know exactly where to cut back if you want to save money. You're not guessing anymore. You can create custom budgets based on your average spending that works for you. The system looks at your actual spending habits and helps you build a realistic budget. This one is so much better than those generic budgets that you see online. The ones that say like spend 30% on housing, 50% on food, or whatever else. Those don't work because everyone's situation is different. Maybe you live in an expensive city where housing costs cost close to 50% of your income. Maybe you have student loans that eat up a big chunk. My making sense builds your budget based on your real spending, so it's actually achievable. It also helps you track all of your subscriptions and recurring payments, so you can see if you're paying for stuff that you don't even use anymore. How many of you are paying for that gym membership that you haven't used for 6 months? Or that streaming service that you forgot about? This tool finds all of that stuff. And when you see it all laid out, you'll probably be shocked at how much you're spending on subscriptions that you don't even want. But if you qualify for military benefits, there are even more secrets waiting for you. The ninth secret is exclusive military benefits that most people don't even know exist. If you're military, active duty, and retired military members with direct deposit, you can get a 0.25% APR discount on select loans. That might not sound like much, but on a car loan or personal loan, that discount can save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars across the life of the loan. If you're a senior NCO like E7 through E9, you can get access to your Senior Enlisted Reward Program. This program gives you 1% APR discounts on most loans, and you can earn $100 for each new senior NCO that you refer to Navy Federal, up to $500 total. Plus, senior NCOs can get access to special rates and exclusive offers that regular members don't see. All military members get up to $20 in ATM fee rebates per statement period, free military checks, and early access to military pay with qualifying direct deposit. That early pay alone can help you avoid overdraft fees and manage your cash flow better. But here's a hidden gem that works for everyone, not just military members. The 10th and final secret is the Go Prepaid card. This has insider features that most people don't even know about. Here's the big secret. This card allows you to fund it with a Navy Federal credit card, and the funding transaction is processed as a regular purchase, not as a cash advance. This only works with Navy Federal Visa or MasterCards. But this is huge because this is the only way that you can get cash off of your Navy Federal credit cards without cash advance fees or higher interest rates. Now, there are some limits, such as $600 ATM withdrawals per day, $3,000 point of sale spending, $10,000 maximum load per card, and you can have 5 cards in total. If you were to run the math, that is still significant liquidity available whenever you need it. Just remember that you still need an exit strategy since this is still credit card money that you have to pay back. Beyond the cash liquidity feature, this is brilliant for budgeting. Load your monthly dining budget on the card, and when it's gone, you're done spending. You literally can't overspend. This is perfect for parents too. You can add up to 5 card holders, load their allowance, and track exactly what they buy through the app. There's no fees for the first 6 months. After that, only $1 per month if you don't use it, but even if you use it once, there's no fee. Most prepaid cards charge $5 to $10 monthly just for having a card. Navy Federal gives you an advanced financial tool with insider features for practically free. So that's exactly how you can take advantage of 10 Navy Federal secrets that can save you thousands of dollars. But there's one thing that I didn't tell you at the beginning of this video. Everything that I just shared with you could be completely useless if you make these certain mistakes that most new Navy Federal members make. These mistakes can get your account shut down, keep your credit limits low, or worst of all, get you permanently banned from their best products. Click on this video right here where I reveal 5 costly mistakes that you need to avoid with Navy Federal Credit Union. Trust me, you don't want to learn these the hard way like thousands of other people have. I'll see you in the next one.